across the slope.
Well, they're he's back here by 1940. That's 740 and old money.
Now, ladies, gents and teddy bears, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, live here from one of your favourite bases and places. It is the one and only home of the 48 Fighter Wing, that's right, RAF Lakenheath. And we've got F-35s on startups. Time to enjoy the noise, the sounds, the sights. Welcome to the show. Hope we're all good and well, and I hope you're all still recovering from Wednesday's fantastic show of guns and bombs. That was one hell of a show, that one. Absolutely incredible. An early start to the morning, an early rise and shine to the Pratt & Whitney line. The engine on the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is that of the Pratt & Whitney's F-135 PW100. Now on the F-35A, slightly different engine to the B and the C. The PW100 of the F-135 family sits at 5.59 meters in length. Just to put that into perspective, it's actually longer than the F-15E Strike Eagle engine, the Pratt & Whitney's F-100 PW229. The 229s are 4.85 meters, these are 5.59. So about 80 centimeters longer. The huge fan of the Pratt & Whitney's F-135 PW100 has a 3-stage fan and a 6-stage high pressure compressor. Compresses the air to 28 to that of its, bless you, to that of its original atmospheric pressure. So goes in at 1 bar, comes out at 28, or at least gets squished, compressed to 28 times. Bypass 0.57 to 1 with a 28,000 pounder thrust dry and up to 43,000 pounds of thrust with afterburner. Now that is huge. That's like strapping a human being to a rocket. The aircraft weighs 29,300 pounds. Can take around just over 18,000 pounds of fuel, along with 18,000 pounds of payload on the A variant. We're looking at around about total weight, fully fueled, at 47,000, with a 43,000 pound of thrust. This will tell you that it's around a 0.9 thrust to weight ratio. Looking at yes, about 0.91 thrust to weight ratio, about thereabouts. I was talking to armourers regarding drop tanks. The 1,000 kilo drop tanks, I was told that they actually put a little bit less. It was a Typhoon armourer of the Typhoon display team. They told me that they put less. They put to around about 700 kilos of fuel because of the fact that it expands. I never thought about that. as it pressurizes and expands. There you go. Hence fuel venting on negative G, and when fuel expands, we'll see what we're going to get. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the home of the 48 Fighter Wing. And they have 4 combat-ready fighter squadrons here at Lakenheath with their 48 Fighter Wing. Traditionally, as we've spoken about history, you have a wing. Well, actually, you've got an air force, and then a wing, and then the group, then the squadrons. Well, here, the 48 Fighter Wing is under the 3rd Air Force, and that's the HQ for the United States Air Force in Europe. That's USAF. They're also the HQ for United States Air Forces in Africa as well. The 3rd Air Force is stationed and based in Germany at Ramstein Air Base. They have 10 wings with them, one being the 48th, another being the 100th Air Refuelling Wing, which is at RAF Mildenhall. And as we've got the 48 Fighter Wing, we then have the flying component, which is the 48th Operations Group. Very traditional structure, that. And then under the group, then you have your squadrons. The squadrons are as follows: the 492nd Fighter Squadron, the Mad Hatters, locally known as the Bowlers, guns up. They fly the F-15E Strike Eagle. Next up, we've got the 493rd Fighter Squadron, the Grim Reapers. Fear the Reaper, Mors Inimicus, death to the enemy is their motto. They're one of 2 squadrons that have Latin in their motto, and both, interestingly, fly the F-35A. And they are the latest to have converted to the F-35A, and that was in 2022. They said goodbye to the F-15Cs and Ds. Next up, Bleed Red, the Panthers, the 494 Fighter Squadron. They fly the F-15E Strike Eagle. During World War II, they claimed 8 aerial victories. Next up, the 495th, the new kids on the block, shall we say, in some ways. Very historical squadron in the fact that they brought the F-35A to Lakenheath on the 15th of December 2021, making not only Lakenheath operational with the F-35s, but making the whole of USAF the first wing, the 48th, to operate the platform, the 5th generation stealth multi-role fighter, the F-35A. The nickname, the Valkyries, Mala Ipsa Nova, bad news itself. Love that. The name was picked from a competition given to the members of the public to select a new nickname. You see, they've spent 64 years since 1941 being inactive, correct. 64 on 2 major occasions, one in 1944, 1st of April. They were inactive for 33 years. And then 31 years after they said goodbye in 1991 to their F-111 aardvarks. Their nickname then, between 77 and 1991, were the Thundervarks, and a new nickname was needed. So welcome to the show, and a big shout out to all roles. These are just the flying components. We've got the 48th Civil Engineer Squadron, the 48th Medical Group, got the Security Forces, LE, SF, OSI, the engineers, the fighter generation squadrons that go with the flying components, technicians, all roles, communication squadrons, RAPCON, Operations Support Squadron of the 48th, 48th CEV, parts, QA, Logistics Readiness Squadron, and the Axe Flight of the Component Squadron as well, not forgetting the 48th Components as well. They fix all the parts. I've got a couple of patches from them actually. I'll may have to get them on the show later. Actually, not today because I don't have them with me. Actually, just remembered. But welcome to the show. Don't forget to hit the like button, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Smash that like button. Do give us a thumbs up before the action commences. It won't be long now till they'll taxi. They are using runway 23 currently. The wind was sort of just behind me, so blowing from the north, kind of like almost like a northeast direction, you know, slightly northeast, but it's enough to warrant a runway 23 due to the fact that it's very calm. Usually if the wind isn't that strong, say no more than 5 knots, they can favour the westerly runway rather than the easterly, even though it looks and appears to have a 0.5 in effect. So at the moment, F-35s let's see what else we're going to get for the day, but let's see. See ya. It's almost like the over and out, isn't it? Love that. Quite a modern way of saying copy or over and out. Yeah, see ya. Over and out. Love it. So you're tuned into the Ted Coningsby channel. How are we all doing? Thanks all of you for tuning in. Welcome to the show. Now, it does feel like there's quite a bit of moisture in the skies, so this means one thing when you've got a fast moving object going through the air. It means spluffage. It's got that really sort of, you can almost feel it with the cold and warm temperatures starting to rise, starting to almost like a magnet, you know, taking on the moisture from the ground from last night's rain, evaporating, and all that science stuff that I should have paid more attention at school. The high pressure as it rises. I'm making this up, but you know how it is. But yes, actually, interestingly, on ATIS, if you do tune in, it will give you the hectopascals, almost like the barometer, almost like the QFE. You've got QNE, you've got all this kind of stuff, the pressure. But each 1 bar of pressure does have an effect on your altimeter, because of course sea levels change, they rise and fall, which adjusts and changes the pressure. What's 100 feet here to 100 feet at Lossiemouth, for example, it won't be the same depending on where you are. All this kind of stuff. What I'll do, I'll give you a diagram one day on QFE, QNH and all that stuff. It's a lot easier with diagrams. It may not be easy, it's 8:04 in the morning, but But we do have startups, and we do have F-35s to come out, hopefully very soon. So yeah, we've had although this will be our third show of the week, we've had quite a busy one, starting off on Tuesday at RAF Marham with, what was it, over 11 short takeoffs, followed by about 9 vertical landings. It was certainly an awesome day of Stovall. And those at Marham are the F-35B, a little bit, of course, a very different platform to the A variant that's here. So if you want to see hovering F-35s in the form of the F-35B, then RAF Marham is the place to be. So welcome to our Friday show, and a great way to end the week. Morning, buddy. All right. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Seen much go out?
Not yet. They've started up, but they'll be taxiing shortly, hopefully.
Hey, ready, boo? Yeah. Anything on the radio? No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh. When they get going, where are we going to go, Ben? Are we going to go down the side of the runway? Probably get the best view of the takeoff down there, don't you? And when they come back in, you can go up there. We'll have to get ourselves a bacon sandwich at some point, haven't we? Got a hot chocolate. So I'll give it a few minutes now, I'll wander that.
See you later, mate.
See you later, buddy. Have a good weekend.
It's just the area control.
So just waiting for our F-35s to taxi out.
Were you? Just there.
Quite deceptive.
So, wishing you all a great weekend as well. Well, I've got the opportunity to. What are you all getting up to over the weekend?
I should put some sun cream on you now then, Dan. Oh, it's either now or late.
Any air show, museum related themes that you're getting up to this weekend?
It's alright, thank you. Thank you, Dad. You've obviously come well prepared.
We didn't really know what to expect. It's the first time I've ever was here and like sort of we've got into the plane and yeah, so we didn't know how long we would be here. We've been here since like 25 6 as well. Yeah, we weren't sure.
Nice, yeah.
So we've come from Saturday night to about an hour and a half drive. We knew we were going to be out here a while. Food, drink. Did not expect.
So, bringing you this broadcast from the official aircraft viewing area, also known as the bird watching area. And it's an enclosure that can fit around 30 vehicles. 30 cars, and there is an overflow route, the road leading up to the viewing area. But again, at the end there are two restrictions. There's the crash gate and a gate that's used for access by the station, so please do not block that crash gate or route. You'll know what I mean. It's by the Dave's Burger van. And also there is actually a private road that goes in and out that the members of the public and the residents, shall I say, do use that. It is a public footpath as well, but it is an access road, a private road for the residents to get to their establishments, and there is also a church there as well. I'm guessing the farmer may need that as well, so don't block those. Again, that goes for anything. Crash gates, please don't block any crash gate. Don't be that person to block a crash gate. It won't end well. They're there to be used for emergencies in and out. I've seen a scenario at Marham when it was needed to gain access in due to an incident, and it doesn't have to be plane related. I know we always think of the worst case of a mishap involving an aircraft. This was something a little bit different. This was a spillage of a lot of fuel. So they needed to get access very quickly, and if there were cars parked there, it would have delayed the response and the emergency teams to get to it.
They do get things flying sometimes on the runway as well.
Yeah, so we saw the Hurricane went up, and we saw a Spitfire go up. There was a load of just like little private planes, I guess, going in and out of the
So welcome to the show, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? Hope we're all well. Won't be long, I would have thought now. We've had this before, where we've had a bit of a delay on the taxi for whichever reason.
You just said that, and turned around and went, there isn't that many.
But the good news is, engines are running.
We goes great in the morning, but then obviously it's like strong stuff, so it's like it can't stop.
Do they go out mostly sort of all day, do they? Are they in and out all day?
On a Friday, they just come to But we've been there about
This is the only United States Air Force fighter station in the UK. And it's a product, a symbol of what remains from the Second World War, of the 160 or so US airfields that were built for or used by the converted for the United States Army Air Forces during the Second World War. Let's put that number into perspective. There were 600 military airfields in the UK. 160 of those were for or built for the United States Army Air Forces. And of the thousands, tens of thousands of men of the United States Army Air Force, 88,000 lost through history. 28,000 of the mighty 8th Air Force that were here in the UK. And of the 160 airfields, it's nice to have this here as a true testament. The status, air superiority, owning the skies, call it what you will. It's a lovely testament to have. And across the road is RAF Mildenhall as well, as a mix of units, so from air-to-air refuel to Air Force Special Operations Command with the 352nd SOW, the Special Operations Wing, to a detachment of the 55th Wing. And within the 100th Air Refuelling Wing is indeed the lineage of the 100th Bomb Group, because they are the modern day 100th Bomb Group. They are the bloody 100th, operating as the 100th Air Refuelling Wing. We also have a support station, Fairford. We've also got Menwith Hill and Molesworth, and actually not forgetting Feltwell, that's just near me right here to my 5 o'clock, 5 miles in the direction of the backwards crow flying. There once was a Thor missile site as well, an HQ wing, and Crawton as well. You're right there, how you doing? I'm alright, but thank. Oh, go on then, why not? Let's have one. Go on, why not? Hang on a minute, I'm stuck in. Yeah, go on, why not?
There you go.
Thank you. Cheers for that. I wish I brought my tea now. I forgot my tea today. But should be a short day today. Being that it is a Friday, but it doesn't always happen like that. Jaffa cakes. They are good. That is all. Did I say RAF Molesworth? If I haven't, RAF Molesworth. So, for those who don't know, Lakenheath, RAF Lakenheath was built as a satellite station to support RAF Mildenhall. Opened in June of 1941. It was allocated to number 3 group. Now Mildenhall was the parent station. Its satellites were Lakenheath, Tuddenham and Newmarket Heath. The first the first to operate here. First aircraft was a Vickers Wellington of the 20 operational training unit that arrived. And that was in November 1941. 149, who were operating at Mildenhall, eventually were settling into Lakenheath, and they were converting from their Wellingtons to the short Stirlings. By 1942, Lakenheath's 149 Squadron were fully independent here, with the Vickers Wellington, the short Stirling bomber. Eventually 199 joined them as well. .149 Squadron actually managed to achieve a very low loss rate than any other Stirling squadron, but that still meant losing a few. And missions such as the Battle of the Ruhr raid was carried out here between March and July 1943, losing 6. There was 4 missions to Hamburg, July to August 1943. 61 sorties were carried out from here with 0 losses. June 1943, it's when 199 arrived with their Stirlings. By late August, Berlin raids began, and both squadrons started to lose many Stirlings. Also the very famous Peenemünde raid on the night of the 17th into the 18th of August, which was also called Operation Hydra. joining 596 strong bombers in a force where the famous Peenemünde raid was to destroy the V1 and the V2, along with the scientists, the brains behind the secret weapons plant. And to put it lightly, but quite early in the morning on a Friday, was literally leave no trace that it ever existed and what its purpose was for its intentions. It was indeed a rocket factory, an experimental station, and I believe it was obliterated. Towards the end of 43, Stirlings were being used in a different role, the bomber that became a non-bomber, from transporting paratroops to SOE agent, clandestine roles supporting the resistance, and there was a few that were done from here with 199. And 1944, in May, Lakenheath closed to become a very heavy bomber base. And when it did finally reopen with its new long runway and extended runway to support B-29s, that's when it changed host to the United States Air Force. So since 1948, it has been and still is operated by the United States Air Force. So you could say between 1941 to 48, it was RAF use, and from 48 to present, United States Air Force in Europe, to be exact, to be safe. Now you know how much I love my research. This is just from all I can research. It takes months and months and months to do this, looking through accident reports and records and military records. I did find that there was a total of 83 Stirlings that were lost from here, 1 Wellington. To put those into a very sobering fact, that's 452 men were killed from here, 72 prisoners of war, 16 evaded capture, and 4 no trace, missing. And it's quite a sobering thought when you think of that. And I remember when I first started coming here, I said to myself, I'm going to try and find out a little bit more about the missions that took place here. I mean, I didn't even tell you about the 1,000 bomber raid that took place here, and they even used number 20 OTU, a training unit. They just threw them into the deep end. However, 20 OTU brought back all their Wellingtons without a loss.
Go have some breakfast, have some hot chocolate.
Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Hope you're all well, and just waiting patiently for the F-35s to taxi. And that's what you can hear in the distance. The wind is blowing from the north, slightly east, from northeast at the moment, anyway.
Nothing's gone up yet, has it?
No, not yet. No, they've been running for a good 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, so we're just waiting for them to.
Usually I get here about 7:30. They usually bang off by then, don't they?
Yeah, so just a delay. Don't know why.
Not a lot of chat on the radio, maybe. So.
No.
Definitely saying happening, but.
No. Unless they're waiting for a tanker, maybe because there was a tanker that went up about 50 minutes ago. Now, whether that's gone tech or waiting for another one, or just yeah. So I really don't know. Waiting for some clearance somewhere, wherever it is that they're going. Maybe maybe they just wanted to start up early and get the engines nice and warm and then go later. I don't know.
Just a little bit.
And a big shout out to the 48 Fighter Wing, who religiously tune in to our shows, especially here, of course. Oh, I bet they would have loved that. I don't know if they would. Sorry?
Tankers up. Over the fueling area.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, so, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Nacho 98, that one, the call sign.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Nacho. Good sign. Out this week, and I watched you in Eastbourne the other day.
That was good. Eastbourne was very good.
Yeah, I wanted to get down, I just couldn't get down there.
Yeah, I enjoyed Eastbourne.
Did you do Swansea as well?
No. No, Eastbourne, and I did Old Buckingham and East Kirkby.
Yeah.
And Cosford this year. Those are the
Yeah,
shows that I've done
Cosford
this
was
year,
fun.
yeah.
I was going to go to Cosford when they cancelled RAF, I just couldn't get the time off. Bit annoying this year. Especially getting your merchandise and stuff, isn't it? But, really dead.
Did you see that?
No,
It's open.
I only see a few balls and some Texans.
Is that right?
Yeah. I went to the Mac League about a month ago, and I only had 2 balls and a Texan, and the week after it was chocolate.
That's the way it is.
Oh no, I couldn't believe it. I was gutted.
Oh, you weren't there for that? Is that what you
No,
mean?
that's what I mean.
Oh.
I've seen everything go through before, but the only thing I haven't seen is the old Typhoons coming through.
Oh.
And that's where I wanted to go, because they were favourite up at the Coningsby. There was nothing at all that week.
So welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting patiently for aircraft to taxi out. Says you have established there's a bit of a delay. Not sure why. But won't be too long to hopefully see the F-35A. Wingspan of 35 feet. Just to put that into perspective, 35 feet wingspan. The Typhoon, 11 inches larger wingspan, so it's 35 and 11. That's 10.7 meters or 10.95 on the Typhoon as a comparison. The length sits at 51.4 feet, that's 15.7 meters. Typhoon just a little bit bigger, at 52 feet and 4 inches, so 1 foot bigger, so you're looking at 30 centimeters, about that, so longer. So the Typhoon is actually, as an area space, larger. The Typhoon also sits higher than the F-35A. This is quite interesting. The F-35 is 4.4 meters high, the Typhoon 5.28. These are just random bits of fun. Empty weight 24,000 on the Typhoon, 29,000 on the F-35. I've just rounded it off. To be exact, you've got 29,300 on the F-35A and 24,250 pounds on the Typhoon. But of course, the thrust to weight ratio on the Typhoon is about 1.12 to 1. As opposed to 0.91 on the F-35A. However, one has all sorts of 5th gen stuff going on with it, from data download to hive mind to 1,600 tiny little antennas inside its active electronically scanned array. Oh yeah, it's got a DAR system, it's got a fusion system to fuse with other and combine a 360 degree using its distributed aperture system and connect with other F-35s, data sharing. A low radar cross section of about the size of a golf ball. Typhoon, for a non 5th gen, it does have a good radar cross section of half a meter, which is actually quite good when you think of it. Good, ladies, gents, teddy bears. We're all just waiting patiently now. This happened last time we were here. There was a 2-hour wait. Do you remember that? We were waiting for 2 hours, and the pilots have been sat at the EOR at 05, and the outcome of that was that they were, well, in the end, it was a result of changing the runway. But there was a few other things with that as well, because it doesn't take 2 hours to change a runway, but I think it was more of waiting for a tanker while they were changing the runway, reconfiguring the runway. Is that? Oh yes, that was it. Was it to do with the C-17? they had to reconfigure the cable, and they changed runway, had to reconfigure it. I think it was that anyway. But this is just to give you an idea. This can happen, so you can relax and chill. And could have run and got myself a cup of tea actually. Might need a coffee though at this rate.
Altimeter 2986. Runway 23 in use. Expect ILS approach. RFC dry. Adams checkpoint open. Advise on visual contact and information outbound. Raven News Tower information outbound. 065.
Yeah, the way locking out. Strange. The old Attis, I always lock it out. It's just come on, I couldn't lock it out again. That's a pop one, yeah.
The rest of the decals have come off.
Looks like that new door, isn't it?
Might be able to go and run and get a cup of coffee. Might make them come out.
Staff work around in the building, have to drive around over to there. Last time I came out, it was a bus stand in Vertical. They come round, two of them were pilots. Then they'll park their car, got out, and off their place with a beer, isn't it? Hello?
We are the Jaffa Gate.
Oh, you are joking, mate.
Who wants the Jaffa Gate?
Are you winding me up? Okay, I'll have to come down there then. Is it really not working? What? Alright, I'll have to come then. Alright, bye.
Ice cream. Hi, Fergus! Fergus, we love you!
Get well soon, Fergus!
Respect Fergus! When is there going to be a plane? The plane will be on Jaffa Gate. Len! I'm on screen!
Like that car. Nice GT86. Oh yeah. Love it. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? So, it seems like they're doing a some sort of barrier arrestor kit inspection. I can see the crew over there. That's what it looks. They've been there a while, and I thought they were changing runways, but it looks like they're doing a. That looks more like a ILS inspection as well, actually. Or a bit of both. Looks like they've got, that's definitely, I mean, that's the ILS glide slope antenna for runway 23. So that's what, that antenna is part of one of two major components for the ILS. This is the glide slope antenna, and what that does, it sends out frequencies to assist the aircraft to be on the right altitude in poor visibility, bad weather, but could also be used in good weather for training as well. And for other purposes as well. I guess you could probably use that for in case of emergencies as well, I would have thought. But yeah, that does the altitude. The lateral part of the ILS, that's called the, you would have heard that, probably didn't know what it was, but if you don't, and if you did, well, you're going to get shown it anyway. It's the localizer, and it's just over here. So this does your lateral, so this will send frequencies to the left and right, 90 hertz to the left, 150 to the right, and this assists the aircraft to be on the center line. But this is situated at the opposite end of the runway. All right, what I'm saying is that this is for runway 105 because the frequencies are going out that way. All right, whereas the glide slope assists you to be on the touchdown on for here, because all aerodromes are different, but the most standard is a 3-degree glide path. That's a glide slope gradient of 3 degrees, and what that means, if you put that into Pythagoras theorem, that means it's, to be exact, it's 380 feet per 1 nautical mile out. Now you can round it off to 300, for example, so 2 nautical miles out the aircraft needs to sit no less than 600 feet, all right, and then 3 nautical miles out, 900 feet, 4, 5, and so on. So 5 nautical miles is, you know, 1,500 feet, all right. But if you want to be totally exact, then you do 318 feet per 1 nautical mile. This will be accurate and can be used at 10 nautical miles out. So the aircraft is going to need to be about 3,180 feet at that level, or so be it, 3,000 feet when they are 10 nautical miles out. Does that make sense? All right, so there you go, that's what that does. So it looks like they're doing some work on that, and maybe the barrier, I'm not sure, but definitely that glide slope antenna is definitely having a bit of a seeing to. So that's the delay. So we'll have to wait a little bit now until that's fixed. But in the meantime, grab yourself some tea and coffee. I'm going to go and have mine. Just come back from the burger van to go and get myself a coffee while I was waiting.
Huh?
Try to throw it in the hole. Try to throw it in the hole.
Let pass it down there. Oh, first.
Oh, you have no idea.
Okay, come up.
Oh, you're just a shit.
I hit the thing. We'll take it in turn. Oh, okay. Too good.
Looks good actually.
How we're doing, ladies and steady bears. So just a little bit of a delay, just waiting for the aircraft to taxi out. There's some sort of maintenance going on down at the barrier arrestor kit and the glide slope. Jace,
Hey Nick,
hey, how are you?
doing,
All right, man?
Yeah, not bad with yourself.
Good. Finished or?
No,
Day-
day off.
day off today,
Just
yeah.
had a kid, so
Yeah?
had
Oh,
2
nice.
weeks off, so that's all
Yeah.
good.
Oh, good. Nice
Yeah,
one.
so that's all right, Paul. I'm up here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you haven't missed them yet.
No, I was going to
That's,
say I was following the
They're just
the stream.
doing some sort of
bit of a delay.
maintenance out there that's obviously causing a delay
Oh, are they?
on the antenna. There's some cars and vehicles just where.
Oh yeah, got you.
Yeah, it looks like on the glide slope antenna by the
Yeah.
look of it. And there's one sort of by that's part of the barrier. I don't know. They're doing something there anyway.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I'm glad I haven't missed anything yet.
See,
But
everything does have its pluses.
that's it.
So, I might as well take the opportunity to give you a bit of 48th history, but a little bit different this time, with air shows and display teams around the world doing their thing. When the 48th were first established, which happened on the 15th of January 1941, they were one of 54 first aviation objectives that were carried out. They became the 48th Bombardment Group Light. They had a bit of a name change the year after, depending on the aircraft that they were operating. Started life as a training unit. They became the 48th Bombardment Group Dive. The squadrons had different names then until 1943, where they changed to the numbers that we know today. They became the 48th Bombardment Fighter Bombardment Group in 1943, and thus the squadrons, which started life in 1941 as the 55th, 56th and 57th Bombardment Squadrons Light. The 4th Squadron was started life as a 9th Reconnaissance Squadron Light as well. They changed in 1942 to the 88th Bombardment Squadron Dive, operating the B-18 Bolo. The other 3 squadrons, the 55th, 56th and 57th, changed the light to dive. But in 1943 all the numbers changed. The 55th became the 492nd. The 56th became the 493rd. See, numbers that you know. And the 57th became the 494th. The 9th that became the 88th then became the 495th. The 4 numbers that we know today. Now, the 48th were a group. They weren't a wing, and when they came, by the time they went to the UK in 1944, they were under the 9th Air Force and allocated the 70th Fighter Wing. All right, so they were under a wing of the 70th, and they were indeed the 48th. They became the fighter group. They were the fighter bomb group, but then they ditched the bomb and became a fighter group in the end. But with just the 3 squadrons, for those that love the history, I'll give you another talk about what happened to the 495th and why many squadrons were allocated and separated. So they were operating the P-47, okay? After the war though, they started off in RAF Ibsley, okay, when they first came to England, by the way, in '44, and worked their way at Chaumont, worked their way to Cambrai and Saint Trond in Belgium. That was during the war, but once they became inactive after the war, they moved back to America, and on the 7th of November 1945 they became inactive. But 7 years later, of course, after the Second World War, the Cold War began pretty much straight on the back foot of it all, and they were reactivated. But the 48th this time became the 48th bomb wing, okay, the bombardment wing. They actually became they got wing status and they were the fighter bomb wing, the 48th. So the 3 squadrons were reactivated, the 492nd, 493rd and 494 fighter bomb squadrons, all right? Okay, so this is what FBS and FBW and all these abbreviations, all right? But what happened is that they moved back to France, and when I mean back to France, the 48th during the Second World War spent a lot of time in France. Now, where did the name Statue of Liberty come from? The Statue of Liberty wing, as we all know. Well, the 48th became, and are still today, the only wing with not only a number, but a name. And the reasons behind this is when they moved to Chaumont Air Base as the 48th Fighter Bomb Wing, they realised that they weren't too far away from Chaumont. Chaumont wasn't too far from the Samoutier, the region where Bartholdi built the Statue of Liberty. His workshop was about 25 miles away. So they found lots of the plans and moulds that were there. They actually made a replica of the Statue of Liberty, and they did a party and they flew their aerobatics team, which I'll get onto in just a moment. They became the Statue de la Liberté, which is why it's written on their insignia, the 48th insignia, Statue de la Liberté in France, in French. Okay, and it's all because of that. They were, like I said, activated as a wing in 52, moved to Chaumont, and bang, there you go. They became the Statue of Liberty wing. Pretty cool, huh? They moved on the 10th of July 1952. That ceremony display happened in 54, and what a better day than the 4th of July when that happened. But rolling this back, we need to go back a little bit to the days of the display teams, because something happened during that time period, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about a display team that is no longer, that was kind of sort of phased out due to a one-upmanship, shall we say. If it was naval, it'd be called blackcatting, right, as we know that from air shows, but it was all to do with the facilities and the capabilities of the F-100 being able to air-to-air refuel. So we need to go back to the beginning of 1949. A aerobatics team started life off as the Skyblazers. And back then it was just 3 pilots from the 22nd Fighter Squadron, from the 36th Fighter Wing. And they were too part of USAF. And they were based in Germany. They were based at Fürstenfeldbruck in Germany, and they started life in formation flights with the Lockheed F-80B Shooting Star aircraft. So many of you may have seen some photos of the beautiful livery using the beautiful Shooting Star. It began life as a P-80. This gave way to the F prefix for fighter jets. That's right. They were once Ps. This was a P-80, which then later became the F-80 Shooting Star. So they spent time in Malta with Major Harry K. Evans, who led the formation, and basically he suggested, shall we try some aerobatics? And they carried on completing some manoeuvres very well, and the next day they repeated a routine, and in the end they came up with a sequence and a routine. And so the Skyblazers history started from there. And it was just a team of 3. It was Major Harry K. Evans as the leader, and the twins, Lieutenant C.A. Bill and Charles C. Buck Patillo. All right, so there was Bill Patillo and Buck. That was their nickname, Buck Patillo. They basically were playing the left and the right wing. And the idea was to form the Skyblazers team. Really does belong to Major Evans. In May the same year, the United States Air Forces in Europe headquarters, the demands from the 36th Fighter Wing was to create an aerobatic team using the F-80B aircraft, which had to be operated in the territory of USAF. So the team was allocated a 4th slot, and it was Lieutenant Lawrence D. Danewood. They also thought about having a spare, so the spare was John Patrick O'Brien, or Obi, And this position of the 4 aircraft stayed until the very disbandment in 1962. The team performed its first ever demo with 4 planes in October on British occupied German base Gütersloh. So it was January the 20th, 1950, the 36 Fighter Wing became the 36 Fighter Bomb Wing, and in September the same year the Skyblazers began to operate a new aircraft, the F-84, which I've got here. Let's have a look at you. So we've got our F-84, our Thunderjet. Here we go, check this out, here we go. Look at it, beautiful. Look at that. So they didn't quite take on the swept wing like the MiG-17 and obviously earlier the 262, but then later the F-86 started to give it that swept wing, giving more speed, right? So they converted to the Republic F-84E Thunderjet, making the new planes demonstrative. And of course the guns had to be covered up, so they removed the 6 50 cal cannons. I think they filled them in, they just filled in the gaps, and the Skyblazers pilots used the following F-84 Thunderjets. It was FS-225, Harry the Horse, 7's leader, and FS-229, Cuthbert Bill Patillo, right wing, and FS-233, Charles Buck Patillo, and left wing was FS-234, Lawrence Dag Daniel. Alright, so at the time, the Skyblazers aerial performance lasted 13 minutes. To put that into perspective, a Red Arrow's, 22 minutes? The Typhoon display, 8 minutes. So it fit in, 13 minutes was their ideal. Until the summer of 52, so by then the 48th Fighter Bomb Wing, they moved to Chaumont. So it's quite important to note this, but the team already had under their belt 260 air demonstrations in 12 countries with more than 10 million of audience. But in July 1952, the 36 Fighter Wing, they did a relocate from Bitburg, and then the responsibility of the team switched to the F-86 Fighter Wing, and they too flew the F-84 Thunderjet as well. They were based at Germany at Lundstuhl Air Base, and the Skyblazers were now assigned to the 86 Fighter Bomb Wing and flew the F-84 until 1953. So the two brothers, Buck and Bill Patillo, they flew as left and right wings of the team. They travelled to Luke Air Base, Arizona, and where they were to form the aerobatic team to the Air Training Command, and this was the team leader who became later the Thunderbird. So it was quite important where Buck and Bill, they left and travelled to Luke, Arizona, and to form an aerobatic team of their own in the Air Training Command. So it's kind of, it's weird to say this, but they left, and you could say the Thunderbirds have a piece of Skyblazers in them. So in August 52, the Skyblazers pilots performed on loan from Bergstrom, and they performed at the Detroit Air Show. October 1953, this is where it changes now. The team goes under the command of the 48 Fighter Bomb Wing. They flew the F-84G, and of course based at Chaumont Air Base, and the squadron that was going to be operating the Skyblazers team of 4 was to be the 492nd Fighter Bomb Squadron. All right, so the wing later transferred to the F-86 Sabre in May 54, and they transited in very special painted Sabres. All right, now to give you the team, and I'll give you the aircraft. It was Captain William Dillard who was the leader and designer of the 1955 paint scheme. Lieutenant Jack Bennett, who was left wing, and Captain William Gilmore, right wing, and Lieutenant James Reynolds, slot, and Lieutenant Hullen Burke, alternate. Lieutenant Reynolds was the World War II veteran with 52 combat missions in Europe and former professional football star from 46 to 48. He also was the brother of the famous baseball legend New York Yankees pitcher Ali Reynolds. Okay, so let's have a look at this beautiful livery of the 48 Fighter Bomb Wing of the 492nd Fighter Bomb Squadron. Are you ready for this to be on your screens? Because it is a very delicious and it's got the Statue de la Liberté emblem on there. Here it is, and this has come all the way from my house because this does. I hope I don't drop it. Goodness me. There's the 48th special. Look. Oh gosh. Hang on a minute. Let me put that on manual. Let's see if we can get some sort of focus on that. Look at that. Let me just get that focused in a little bit if it's able to. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous, right? Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful F-86 Sabre? Look at it. Absolutely stunning. You can see where they've where they were meant to fill in the cannon portholes there. It's just look at that. You know, I'd be proud to fly that. I'd be proud to have any aircraft livery like that. That is just gorgeous. It's an absolute icon, and this is what they were operating operationally, the 48th with their 3 squadrons, and the 492nd were the ones to perform and carry out the aerobatics with this. I mean, isn't that just you know, this is the genuine 492nd, or you know, the 48th Fighter Bomb Wing F-86 in the Skyblazers livery. It really is an absolute beautiful. I wish they were still going, but that will be the last for a very, very long time that I'll be bringing that out. It will go back home on my display cabinet, and wow, and just amazing. So they so on the 4th of July 54, you know, they were doing a their special ceremony with the Skyblazers team there. Absolutely incredible. So in 56 though, the Skyblazers handed the 492nd and handed over, or the 48th shall we say, Fighter Bomb Wing handed over the reins to the 36th Fighter Wing in Bitburg Air Base. The 36th Fighter Wing then moved on new aircraft, which was the F-100 Super Sabre, which I've got here. I haven't got it in a Skyblazers livery, but that would be a pretty delicious thing. I've seen models with the Skyblazers livery on this, and also the F-84. I nearly got that one, but then when I seen a Lakenheath one, I was like, oh, well, not Lakenheath. It wasn't Lakenheath then. Oh, sorry, you can move that. That's fine. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's pretty special, right? And the 36th Fighter Wing were operating this, and they were to operate as the Skyblazers as well. In 1960, the Skyblazers used 3 different kinds of smoke as well. The smoke started to appear from their displays, and in 1960, the Skyblazers created its famous manoeuvre. What it was a slow gear-down diamond pass that suddenly climbed to about 45 degrees in full afterburner. And to achieve that, what they did, they pretty much used a lot of neat fuel injected into the exhaust, resulting in a massive bright flames. A bit like what the Gripen does. Is it dump and burn? I can't remember what that's called officially, but a bit like a dump and burn or dump and go, where you inject fuel and then you kind of reignite it, so it would create flames. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, it was something like 8 to 10 meters long, this flame. So as the diamond climbed away, the first F-100, when the conditions allowed, of course, through the weather, would go into would zip through that smoke and flames as well. And in the beginning of the 60s, Thunderbirds were already being a competitor to the Skyblazers. But the thing is, they flew an aircraft with air-to-air refueling system on the F-100D. That allowed them to fly over longer distances to Europe and Africa, and this made presence for European aerobatic team unneeded. And in January 1962, because of that, the Skyblazers disbanded. So it's a bit of a shame, really, when you look at that, but you know, what an inspiration the Skyblazers were. And the 2 brothers, Buck and Bill, went on to creating their own, which in the end, through fate and technology, ended the reigns of the Skyblazers. A beautiful, beautiful bit of history of the 48th that we're involved in, being part of an aerobatics team. So very privileged to have that.
There's nothing out that much. I'm very, very happy. We keep all this and then decide to move.
Because of the start.
I'm watching.
Dad used to take me to these kind of places, so like low. And find a photo of it, even just one photo. I've seen like when I was a kid and here, there, everywhere. Yeah. Seeing like the red arrows and stuff like that. Yeah. Different armies. I don't like, you don't have work experience. I was doing all that. I was about something that we work experience there. No, I'm just saying support shipping.
Right, any plans to take your t-shirts off and stuff? You have to
say
your jumpers.
It is okay. Yeah.
Face done it. I would think I would be a liability. That's what I'm saying. It's got merch, like to buy hats and bands and hoodies. That's why there's no chapter. I don't know if he's got anything on today. It's just got, on the back, it's got this big old cabinet just full of stuff. It's got like a website as well if you want to buy it. It's not a bad thing to be into.
Yeah!
See the livery on the back, it's got big jet. That's cool.
Oh dear, ladies, gents and teddy bears, how are we doing? Bit of a delay, unfortunately. Something's obviously going on, which is causing a major delay. So this will have a knock-on effect with the flight plan, depending on where they're going. For example, certain windows need to be extended. If just an example, if they're booked in somewhere, for example, between a certain time, let's just say between 9:30 and 10:30 local, and they've booked in to go somewhere. So just say they were going to, I don't know, Donanook or something. This is just an example. and they were booked in, and their plan for a flight was to go and do some strafing or whichever. You know, if they're late and they've missed it, there could be another aircraft booked in, okay, and they've missed their opportunity. But they can't just go, that's fine, we'll just go low level flying through the Lake District. So you can't just do that. You're going to then need to resubmit another flight plan. All right, it's not as easy. Military aircraft cannot just fly wherever they want to. They need to submit a flight plan. This again is for civilian aircraft as well. This is the type of thing that would instigate a QRA. All right, if you've got a civilian aircraft, an airliner just not following its flight plan and going somewhere else, that is classed as suspicious. Okay, why would it do that? They would do that if they needed to and actually got authorization. So it has a knock-on effect, and then say they thought, okay, no worries, we'll try the Mach loop and say the weather's really bad there, it's game over. All right, so it has.
Do you have any updated estimates? Last week our been saying 080. Yeah, that's what we're tracking. We're on the phone with dock right now.
So they can have certain times extended, but if it lapses, they can retry. And you know, with it being Friday, and usually we get one wave of movement, if all this doesn't happen, that's it. That is the end. And then we can, and then this is it. This is what I said about, you know, there is a possibility that you'll get nothing on one of the days, and hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully whatever it is, it's rectified. I actually can't give you any details of what the delay is all about, but I'm just throwing you out some examples.
Yeah, sorry.
See if we've got anything helpful for you first. Just piling into crisps at 9:30.
Lake approach, Ida. Quick 5-1, heavy flight, clear contact, 5 miles west of clear traffic there.
Thanks everyone for being patient. It's one of those things that we've had it a few times. You know, this is our 4th year full time of streaming, so you can imagine some of the things that we've seen, and I mean, isn't that great? You know, 4 years worth of full-on shows, and you know, all the wonderful things that we've seen. This is Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby. He's seen quite a few things, hasn't he? Pete Lawrence, how you doing? I5 paw pump for that. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Ted Coningsby memberships. A Guards March to you. Thank you so much, Pete. And soon we'll be climbing Mount Everest together again. Chris White, I5 paw pump. Thank you so much. What do you know? My 24 months today. Thanks so much, Chris. That's Chris White with a super chat there. Thank you so much. Owner Gordon with 22 months membership. Thank you so much for that. Guards March. Moderators, your contribution to keeping this important TCS stream running smoothly and meeting and keeping Ted's high standards is greatly appreciated. A lovely super chat there. High five, paw pump. A salute for Free Orion 33. Thank you so much for that. A little fly past there from Ted, from all of us at the Ted Coningsby channel. It's very, very lovely of you to do that. Steve Canning, Guards March for the boys in the sky. Thank you very much for the super chat, Guards March. We've also got Brian Billman, a high five, Guards March. Thank you so much as well for that super chat. Boss Colombo with 24 months membership, 24 fantastic Ted months, and thank you from all of us for your 2-year milestone with the Ted Coningsby channel. Margot, thanks a lot for the super chat. Have a great weekend, everyone. Swabek Pukyo, Guards March, Jaffa Cake Budget. Thank you very much. A Guards March to you. Oh, should we get this, Ted, so we can say we've seen an aircraft a bit closer than it? Oh, it's going right in the sun as well. We're not going to see that, are we? Oh gosh. Yeah, I'll wait for that, for the sun to eat it quickly.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
That's the heavy.
Quite blinded me, that did.
Go for. That's the heavy.
Right, what else we got here? Thank you very much to Tracy Smith, high five and a Guards March. Thank you so much for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership. Guards March to you. Tracy Smith, high five and a Guards March. Thank you again for gifting another Ted Coningsby membership. Anthony Green, thanks a lot for the gift. APF SDS 120 mil Mike member for 26 months. Oi morning all, Guards March. Spicy Wedges 74 member for 14 months. Thank you so much. Thank you one and all for an awesome 14 months as well. I think that's everyone there. Anthony Green, thanks a lot for the GOAT trophy. I love that. Right, what's going on? What are we going to do? What's happening?
It's typical. What I'm going to do, look at the video, I've seen the photos, I've seen enough there. I'm just going to say...
Yeah, those F-35s have been, this is a bit like a repeat of last week, I think, or the week before the last, 2 weeks ago, where we had F-35s just running for 2 hours. There was a runway change, a reconfig. And sadly, their window of their plan is could be, you know, coming to an end, unfortunately. So we'll see.
got a tangerine.
Tangerine?
I've got an apple in the tray. The app was 747. Ben said it was a 747. His eyes are better than mine. I'll go that way. I can see them from far.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the building was good.
Yeah.
USAF was Belfast.
Oh, they should do.
Oh, okay, so.
Frankly. Got a crowd
Oh, one more flash. Oh, that is it. That's the thing. That's what it's called.
And what we have to go out for that. Yeah, but that's what we've got. It's going to be here first. No, it's not.
Oh no!
Tell me what you think the options are. We've got that to do for us.
Alright, turn that again.
So what, Broncos got some of those
Ground, Reaper 01, tracking 4 Reapers from the crypt. We got information Bravo on a 323 Echo. We are no longer tanking. Reaper 01, Lakenheath RAF
232. Really? They shouldn't change my number. They shouldn't change your number.
I can check that.
I think they're not going to change your number. There's no way. 1%.
Information Bravo. Lakenheath Tower information Bravo. 0755 Zulu observation. Wind 360 and 06. Weather is better than 5,005. Temperature 16. 2.12. Altimeter 2988. Runway 23 in use.
Still 23. Right, there we go. All Reapers coming out?
Yes, they're taxiing now.
Thought so. What was a hold? I missed it. Flight
Pass.
planning?
Well, yes and no. So it had a knock-on effect with doing some work on that. They were doing some work on the barrier kit and the glide slope, which took a bit longer than expected. Then the flight window was closed, so they had to resubmit another one.
That was ground.
So it's kind of like a mix of stuff. So the 493rd then, the Grim Reapers, taxiing out very shortly. They're on their way. I'm sure they'll be eager to get out of here.
We got the camera? Got some binoculars?
Oh, maybe not then. Hold positions.
Hold position again.
Is that for vehicles?
Yeah, there is a vehicle in the taxi.
Looks like we're getting teased here by all sorts here, but let's have a look.
Just been told to hold again.
I think the sun hot when Facebook is not down.
I don't know what
You
the
know,
hold is.
living in the early 90s, you know, like what music was like, what, you know, going out was like, what we were into. So. Houses and that, that was so much more cheaper and more affordable. Everyone was just so much more happy back then. think his head's a bit all over the shop right now too. I'll talk him. Where are you? Especially as big as that.
Did you say it was the ILS system that's
It could, well, they are working on it, by the looks of it.
yeah.
There's also something else that's going on.
I guess if the ILS isn't operational, they don't want to fly. Get bad weather coming.
Yeah, it's not too.
No, it's not. Depends what their operational parameters are.
Yeah, some things obviously don't. I think there was some sort of security check or something around on the taxiways, just when they told the vehicles to stop.
It's been no problem at all the last few days.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So it's not just me then? God, he's got no patience. Yep. Oh, it's
Something up there squawking.
Oh my God. Yeah. He just goes on and on. He's got no patience. He expects people to start. And he's like, that's what doesn't really about
But they say that they taxi.
Well, this is the approach frequency. Except we should be able to get some other things. The people put in this way, so it's just instant banks. If the weather turn bad, they can't come in. But yeah, it's not like it's turning out.
Probably just one of those pre-run tests.
It might be an operation plan. You don't take a risk with multiple.
So just waiting patiently for our first aircraft to taxi. There's clearly some issue going on that we can't see.
I actually said that to him. I said, and he turned around,
They were cleared to taxi, then are told to hold positions.
They are not going to cut off this. Mate, you've got to just tone it down, man, and chill, because you are just talking over people. You're right. No, thanks, really sad. Loving. Yeah.
Also, we didn't need such an early start. We got a parking outside the airbase. Yeah, it's really grand.
He is trying to help.
Yeah, it's busy everywhere. The legend of the quick time. You can hear him. But also soon you can move up 2 hours. Yeah.
Get off.
You heard the great story I told about my friend whose next door neighbour was a senior air traffic controller at the time. I told you he was flying home. Sit down. Find out now it's sorry we got a 1 hour delay due to traffic restrictions. So I'm going to sit running. Phoned his mate that works at Swanwick. So look, it's delayed like an hour. Is there anything you can do? So 10 minutes later, the pilot announced whether ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's happened, but we've actually got clearance to depart now. I don't know why. But my friend smiled to him, so obviously they signal for the controllers at Swanwick. And put someone in the list. So he's a good person to know.
Just so rushed. What's that?
It's a bit frustrating. Clear to taxi, they told to stop.
It's a different, it's horrible kind of like, I hope we don't
It's not so they haven't got much more.
kind of get ahead of that anymore because of how everything big, like during it. And like, you put like, bless you, if you have me, it's such a mess. It's just sitting in that house, like, broken, you know, doing all those things, like, everything like that. Because everything was just so sentimental value in that house. When you had a long night to take something, and they look after stuff. Was that so much? Well, if I could have figured it all in that bloody polo, my stuff, so I was chucking a lot out.
See stuff.
Yeah, like I left it, photos and stuff. I've done the hardest job I've ever done. I don't want to be able to do it. But that game was totally done. You won't guess what he's done. There's the most evil thing. He's scattered the streets of ashes. What was that? Yeah. That was he went down to I think it was weird. It's always happened to us right now. It's like I rang up Dad's service place where
Hello, how you doing? All right? Good, how's it going? Okay. You all right there, buddy? Oh, right, okay, nice. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Oh, that's all right.
That's a good sign.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
That's why he wanted. Okay, it's gone. Here goes.
Yeah, sure. Let me get to that.
It goes in the room. Yeah. Never do that with a family or someone. Like, if you trusted me to go right there, Harry, you just look after you. My dad, he's got cancer.
Nicholas. This is Nicholas.
So much pain. No, I mean, like, I would look after you. If you ask me to do something like that, I'll do it.
Alright, no worries. No worries. This is 4 years.
That's meaning. That's something you can hold on to. Nope.
But it has its moments. Like
Jesus' funeral wasn't there every Sunday. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Church
I was at Holby.
Oh, cool. Want to go on with that? Shut up, we're going to see what they're doing. Come back. Let's go. I was going to ask you. I'll drive up there.
Yeah, I think, it's a bit because it's 40 minutes in the mile. Tuesday, Wednesday, last Saturday. So check their website because they do have occasional days. Yes, I'm sure that.
Are they going to take off? Yeah, I was just saying, it's taking this time, isn't it?
They don't usually. Nah, they usually start at about 7, 8 o'clock.
Right.
But this is, I've never had it this late before.
Alright.
Yeah.
Typical, eh? Yeah. It's the first time I've ever come here.
Come down, yeah.
And then probably know that I'm coming.
Stop, hold fire.
No, I've been to these places so many times back in the day, but luckily it's not pissing down the rain and stuff like that.
Right, mate, how you doing?
Are they going to take?
Oh, goodness me, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Just so.
Was that this year? March? Oh, May, was it? Cool. That's alright, isn't it?
With that tower as well.
That's alright.
Yeah.
They're doing something over there.
Right.
Which is obviously parallel with the runway, so
What way
there's an issue with
They're using runway 23, which is here. So they're taking off from here and going all the way out there. Alright.
Yeah.
Quick climb on request. Come on, there you go. Yeah. Taxi. Reaper, quick climb on request as well.
Are they on the way?
Sorry?
Are they on the way? Are they on the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another quick climb. They're all quick climb on request. There you go. Yeah, I think they just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Finally, it will. Actually, I'm gonna be quiet until I see them on the screen. But they have all requested quick climbs. So this is exciting times. And let's see. Oh, here we go already. That was quick. That was a quick taxi. Look at this. I don't think I've ever seen them taxi that quick before, but they were told to hold position at one point. So here we go, finally. All quick climbs on request, which means if you haven't got a thrust to weight ratio greater than a 1:1, okay, what you'll need to do is put your full power on, so full afterburner. Wait for this bouncer to go past. Afterburner, and the idea is to try and get all the speed behind you so that when you pull up you'll climb very quickly. So the aim is to get around 420 to 450 miles per hour, all right? And then, so that's why they clear pretty much the entire runway and then pull up. Okay, so now they've got 420, 450 miles per hour behind them. So a bit like an escape velocity. There's a bit of physics here, where if you've got, you know, I'll talk to you about it in a moment, but if you've got a Typhoon that's got a 1.12 to 1 or greater than 1:1 thrust to weight ratio, it could pull up from 8 seconds, but it can actually climb vertically rather than having to gain all that speed to pull up. Okay, so this is the difference. Look at this, bit like my thumbnail now, isn't it? Look at it. Yeah, it's exactly like the thumbnail. Look at this. I love that. That is the thumbnail we have for this stream right there. So once they've got to 420, 450 miles per hour, they'll climb to the altitude that's been cleared with tower. All right, so you'll hear flight level. So tower can say speed 123, cleared quick climb to a flight level 120. This is an example. 120 flight level, all you got to do is add 2 zeros to it when you hear flight level, and that's with anything in aviation. So flight level 100, add 2 zeros, that gives you the altitude in feet. Now they'll climb to that very rapidly. Okay, so G's pulled are between 5 to 7 G on a quick climb. So a quick climb, unrestricted climb, zoom climb, call it what you will, they're all the same thing. The unrestricted part of it, it's not the altitude. I know movies like to, you know, kind of give you that impression that, you know, you get Tom Cruise and it's like, yeah, you got unrestricted climb, you know, it doesn't mean you go 50,000 feet to the moon. The unrestricted part is the climb rate, the rate of climb. They're going 420, 450 miles per hour. Try that at Heathrow. You wouldn't be able to do that. You could, but you're going to need clearance to do that, okay? So that's the difference, okay? Now, once they've got to that initial climb, they will then get further clearance with another radar service, okay, to continue their climb. They don't just go 10,000 feet and then they're stuck. They'll then use another service to continue their outbound departure. All right, hope that makes a little bit of sense there. So quick climbs need to be requested. That you can't just go out. One cannot simply just take their Lockheed Martin and just go unrestricted. You can't do that because you've got other aircraft, you've got other pilots to think about in the skies. You've got people going to the Bahamas and the Caribbean, you know. You've got to look out for them, man. And there's more, literally. Look at this. So big shout out to the Grim Reapers, the 493rd Fighter Squadron, who are the latest to have converted to the F-35A in 2022. Max speed is Mach 1.6. It is a multi-role 5th gen stealth multi-role fighter. It's got a lot of loiter time. This is the beauty about the F-35. It gets the job done and can hang around and be undetected for as long as possible. The misconception of stealth aircraft, one, it's invisible. Well, that goes that, because we can see it. It's all about detection and being undetected for as long as possible. Because it will be detected at some point, it's just trying to delay that response of being detected for as long as possible. Because for the enemy, it will be too late. Pratt & Whitney F-135 PW100 engine, producing a whopping 43,000 pounds of thrust. Can withstand plus 9G, minus 3. Here we go. Ladies and steady bears, I give you the Reapers. sensational. Hope you all enjoyed that, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Those are what they call here quick climbs. That's what they request here at the 48 Fighter Wing. Quick climbs. They're the same. It's the same thing. Quick climb, unrestricted climb. It is the same thing. Like I said earlier, it's all about thrust to weight. And what's interesting, thrust to weight doesn't just stay as a set figure, all right, for the duration, because the thrust to weight will actually improve as the flight goes on. The aircraft is going to get lighter. It may have carried some goodies and may have let them go. It may be flying for quite a long time and just expending the fuel. So as it gets lighter, it will naturally be a lot more maneuverable. Okay. Now, for those that don't quite understand, for those that don't quite get thrust to weight ratio and why it's important, okay, it's a topic where you could say power to weight. You can, but we deal with thrust, and the idea is how to make an aircraft more maneuverable without actually doing a lot to it. Let's have a little look. Take a 1 litre car. Take a 1 litre motorbike, which is actually not the max speed, that's different, but which is going to be quicker off the mark. It will be the motorbike. It's like taking this that engine and putting it on a skateboard and just imagine it could go. It'll be the quicker of the three, right? So for example, if you take your vehicle, have a look at the brochure and have a look at the curb weight. I can't remember what they call that these days, but have a look at the weight of the whole vehicle. Have a look at the weight of your car. Let's just say it's a couple of ton. I don't know, just making that up, right? To make it quicker off the mark, all you need to do is to leave your seat, all right? Leave your steering wheel because you need to drive it. Take out, well, obviously that's up to you, but for those that do track day, for those that have the likes of Integra Type Rs, the DC2, GT86, why not throw that in? It's all about power to weight. And the way you can make it quicker without actually doing anything to the engine is to literally make it lighter. How do you do that? Well, take out the spare wheel. Not that you're going to do it, but do. Take out all your seats, but keep your seat in there. Take out the dashboard, but keep the gauges. Take out the door panels. Take out the decals. Take out your stereo. All right? Take out all the things that you don't need. Basically, an empty shell. If you were to weigh that, you'd be surprised how many kilos that weighs. Your car will now go, it'll be quicker. It's not, when we start messing around with gearboxes, that's when you can improve and do some tweaking. I get all the tuning up and remapping, I get that, but this is just literally making it quicker and lighter, and that's the key. And the thing is, with thrust to weight ratio, it then becomes important in aerial combat and ACM and all other maneuvers that it's going to initiate. And the thing is, all you need to do to get you an idea of an aircraft's thrust to weight ratio, take the empty weight then of a F-35A. Yeah, I get that, it can't fly without any fuel in it, but just work with it. It's 29,300 pounds empty, and we said that it has a max output of 43,000 pounds of thrust. If we were to fill that up with fuel, which is about 18,500 pounds or so, okay, add that up, that's 47,000 pounds of weight. All right, we haven't even put any ordnance on there, but just say we filled it up, it's now, let's say, 47,000 pound outright, okay, but thrust to weight as a ratio, so thrust is 43,000 divided by 47,000, that's about 0.91, roughly 0.91, 4.9, we'll go with 0.91, okay? That means you weigh more than your thrust, so you can't do a Typhoon performance takeoff, and I'll explain why. Well, now that you know about weight, then you can kind of work out that the Typhoon is going to be quicker. It's a bit like the F-15E Strike Eagle. It's a heavier aircraft. It's like 38,000 pound empty, man. All right, the F-15E. Yes, it has a max output of 60,000 with the two engines, but it's heavy. It's a lot heavier. Yes, it has a Mach 2.5, but max speed has got nothing to do with acceleration. And I can tell you now, from panning the F-35 and the F-15, the F-35 is a lot quicker at acceleration. Yes, the max speed is different, but don't forget, don't play too much on max speed. Aerial combat is done at Mach 0.8 to 1.2 Mach. There's no faster. You start going Mach 2.5, you won't even be able to use your weapons. They can't operate at those speeds. So what I'm saying is that if you haven't got a 1:1 thrust to weight ratio, you blast it down the runway, you obtain 420 to 450 miles per hour, and then pull up. You've now got 450 miles per hour. Yes, you can have a little bit of escape velocity with that, and you'll climb to 120 flight level, 150, whichever it is, which is why they kind of turn it and do a turnout. G's pulled a 5 to 7 G on the F-15 or even the F-35. The F-15, again, Strike Eagle, doesn't have a 1:1 thrust to weight ratio. However, as I said, weight. If you were to put 50% of fuel, so that's what, 9,000 pounds, you're now going to have a 1.07 thrust to weight ratio. You could probably do what the Typhoon does. I've never seen it, but I've spoken to an F-35 pilot and they said yes, it could do it. Maybe not from 8 seconds, maybe from 10, but it could accelerate vertically because it's now got more thrust in pounds than it weighs. It makes total sense. So it can accelerate vertically, but it would need to have 50% of fuel. But the thing is, when it flies, it's going to have 50% of fuel at one point, so it will then have an exceptional thrust to weight ratio, which is amazing. So with the Typhoon, our good old Typhoon, this only weighs 24,000 pounds in empty weight, 24,000 pounds. It's got a total output of 20,200 per engine, right? Okay, so it's got a 1.12 to 1 thrust to weight ratio. Imagine putting 50% of fuel on this, it will get to the moon. It really would, because it's a lighter aircraft. From brakes release, in about 8 seconds, it's able to rotate. And I get this, I know there are some aircraft that can rotate in 8 seconds, but here's what other aircraft cannot do, or a lot of aircraft cannot do. I'm not saying all of them, because I know the F-22 has a 1.07 or something like that thrust to weight ratio. It does have in excess of 1:1 thrust to weight. So on a Typhoon performance takeoff, the pilot whacks on the afterburners, releases the brakes. In about 8 seconds, it will get to about 185 miles per hour. And the pilot can then pull back into a 50 degree, 60 degree, and then vertical. But it can climb from there. So in 8 seconds, the Typhoon was already climbing. I don't know how many seconds it was from the F-35 to reach all the way down the runway to get to 420. But the Typhoon is accelerating. And it's not all about takeoffs, the thrust to weight. We're talking about ACM, combat maneuvers, you know, when engaging defense, offense. That really does play a major part, and especially if you've got fly-by-wire, you can then do some amazing maneuvers. Don't forget to drop your drop tanks. Again, movie, sadly, they show off a, I don't know, an F-18, just tons of drop tanks. One, you don't want to get shot in a drop tank. It's pressurized, it'll explode if you get hit. Two, you weigh a lot with those drop tanks. You need to release them, hence why they're called drop tanks. It was something that was used in World War II. They used drop tanks, they released them, hence where the term comes from. So the Typhoon is pulling up and climbing to whichever flight level it's been clear to. That's called a performance takeoff. How many G's on the Typhoon? A very good question. Maximum, even if the pilot pushed it, maximum 2G is the maximum on a Typhoon. Because of the fact that they've pulled up at 185 miles per hour, and it's probably that 2G is probably on the turnout. So there you go. You turn out just to get rid of all that load off it, because you are going to get some extreme G's. And yeah, and that's the way you go up, and then the pilot doesn't quite bunt it. If you bunt that, you're going to get all that blood going to your head. That's called negative G. The pilot will invert it a little bit and then roll it up the top. Okay, so I hope that made a little bit of sense for those who don't quite understand why fighter jets do different styles of takeoffs. I've got 2 examples, and one of them being Blackjack. I've actually got this doing a Lakenheath style performance takeoff, quick climb. It was actually on the last flight. It was a Wharton Aerodrome test pilot, I think it was, that would have taken that. It was I'll tell you what, for those that love Blackjack, I'm going to warn you now, that video is very, very emotional. It's last flight to be scrapped, and trust me, I was in tears. It was an airframe and livery that kind of made the channel, and to see it go it was heartbreaking. I know people are like, it's a plane, I know, but the thing is, it had such a major connection to the channel. We've also got just a regular Typhoon in its military grey doing a performance takeoff as well, a Lakenheath style takeoff. So that would be mental, right? Because the Typhoon's already got a 1:1 thrust to weight ratio. So I guess it would be a bit similar performance to an F-22, the way it would do that. Because although the F-22 has got a greater than 1:1 thrust to weight ratio, I've yet to see a video where they're pulling up in 8, 10, 12 seconds. They will just do what they do here. But hey, it's an operational thing. Hope you've enjoyed. Is that yours, that GT86?
Yeah, it's.
I actually want one in white.
Oh, do you? Yeah, have a look, man.
Oh, wow. Is it the Boxer engine?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's fun.
Yeah.
I've had it for about 6 years now, and yeah, it's just.
2 litre, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, naturally that's right.
I used to have a long time ago, hence I know a little bit about tractor. I used to have an Integra Type R.
Yeah, nice.
The classic,
Yeah.
the 98 one. And it's light.
Yeah.
It was a 1.8 engine.
Yeah.
No turbo, just raw.
Yeah.
And you could
rev.
probably roll it over. It's
Yeah.
so light. And this will probably be my next.
Yeah, 100%. Go for
Have
it.
a look.
Yeah,
Have a look.
mate, I'll go for it.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'll take over the.
Yeah, go for it. I didn't know.
Tag
He's looking for guys. It's just people in the area. Take any more. Just leave it.
What one is that called? Because I know they have different names.
Yeah, it's just a standard.
Just a standard.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got the TRD model and then the Aero one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very top end.
No, I like that one.
Yeah.
That one with that. Yeah. If an Aero wasn't
100%, yeah. Yeah, it's got a little more flair on the bodywork. Yeah, like a big old spoiler at the back. Like, just up to everyone's taste, but yeah, just
Sorry.
That's all good.
We interrupt the stream. Oh, fair play.
That's okay.
I wonder what that weighs then. Sorry.
1200.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you know, because I was trying to explain to people about how you can make a car faster by not doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Rails, but
what are they, 18s?
yeah. They're up wheels. The originals were 17s.
Yeah.
The extra tyres, I mean, 215.
They're very low.
Very
low.
tyres is one standard. So they,
It's not too over the top either.
I just sort of want it sort of subtle, but yeah. Not
Now,
too in your
fair
face
play
kind of
to you,
thing.
mate. Fair play. Oh, wow. Right, what am I? Oh, yeah, I'm at Lakenheath. Here we go. Right, 10:36 local. Don't know how many there were. Was that 10 or 12? Lost count.
10.
Yeah.
Thank you.
10 climbing to 10.
Yeah, I think it was actually. I think they were flight level 100, weren't
Yeah,
they?
that's what they're cleared for.
Yeah, that's cool.
Watch them come back in and they're not going to come back in.
So the patterns and points are open on the last ATIS, which means they can
I'll just give up
do
on
some
it.
pattern work and
Right,
request a
in
low
fact,
approach or
I'll
a
drive past here.
PFO
Stop
or anything
him.
like that.
Getting off the road.
You was at Centre Park today?
Yeah.
Love it, yeah.
Just until today, and then
Yeah.
thought, we're gonna be coming up here.
Yeah, just down the road, isn't it? Yeah. I drove past it on the way in today. I thought, I'd love to be there. Yeah.
Late. They were late taking off.
They were, yeah, it's a big delay this morning. They usually sort of start about 7, 8 o'clock each.
But one time I came here, the engine started at 6.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a big C-17 star. I thought, okay.
Yeah.
But then I realised, it's an F-35.
Yeah, F-35, yeah.
And they have a big roar for something little.
Yeah. The F-15s are a little bit loud, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the new F-111 F-15 went out yesterday. God,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Car might just hit me there.
Yeah.
I've been...
It's good when they take off this way, when they start down the
come off
bottom and
from
come
so
up
far.
this way, yeah. It's so loud.
But it's also nice when they're starting there, so you can
Yeah, you get the big old, yeah, the afterburner. Hopefully it won't be too long.
Unfortunately, the thing coming from me
Oh, really?
it's kind of hard to judge where they're going. I'm assuming they're going through the blue ball.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know what they do. They might go to Hall Beach, you know.
Who knows, yeah.
I was debating whether to go to Hall Beach before. I don't really want to be sitting in the bank. And especially like he was there, not yesterday.
A couple of days ago.
Yeah. But there was not
Friday.
really that much
No.
going out for it. I'm just gonna just watch, and I'll judge it.
Careful.
There's quite a few quite a few big brains out. C-17 took off from there.
Good at. I think, yeah, I did see one in the back from Mildenhall.
Loads of big planes around here.
Yeah.
Tanker's obviously doing whatever it's doing, just spinning around. Right there, just doing whatever it wants to.
Yeah.
Probably that's where they are, with the tanker. I'm assuming. Oh my god, there was this thing on like Facebook about Lakenheath A10 inbound or something.
Oh, really?
It was on the edge of the UK and everyone thought it was going to go.
Come in the arm. That's awesome.
But I think he went into Fairfield for
Yeah.
Well, it surprised me because Fairfield was closer at that point.
Gary, got a picture of this book comes past
Oh yeah. Guess you miss it again.
Oh, I missed two. Oh,
Third time lucky, you know.
Oh, you silly sausage. Bloody hell.
He might come.
But I think they're the EORs for these.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're
we did
using
park
that
up there a
one.
little bit. Yeah, he came past a little while back and then parked up there.
So the F-15s will have to actually across there and across there.
Yeah.
Or they'll go to the bomb
Yeah,
one way and
yeah,
come up.
five on the other side and then 5 on
But normally the F-15s just stop there.
Don't mess about with that. You want to close it yourself? Close it.
When is it lunch? When is it lunch?
It's just a nice way to put some time, isn't it?
I come here midweek, like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I think when I first came here with my mum, obviously midweek Wednesday, we got loads of flying.
Yeah.
And we started coming on Thursday and we didn't see much to do.
No.
We came on the last Wednesday, I think. It was literally boring. They just went straight out and straight in, no circuits.
Oh, really?
That C-17 over there was just guarded. So they couldn't do circuits or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird, like, whenever we're working around this area, to drop in if you finish it, you get some right good days.
You get good days and you get bad days.
Yeah.
I feel like this one's going to be a bad day, they're just going to come back in and be out. That's what they normally do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't.
I don't know if they'll obviously started off now, so I don't know if they'll carry on a little bit later to go on work. They usually don't work, they aren't doing it.
I guess, I don't know why the 2 hours was over.
Nah. I think they were working on the red and white.
I think they were, I think they were just doing the cable lines. Because last time this happened, they were just runway changing.
Yes. Yeah, I remember they were parked on the other side. Sorry, okay.
I'm not getting a photo of it. I see them
all the time.
Yeah. They're not gonna start until late. Yesterday they started until late. They started early and then finished late.
Yeah.
At 4 o'clock, I thought. Yeah. But they normally don't do that until like it's September or something. Are they? No? I hear something. It's probably just a habit. I thought let's just drop into maybe for 5 minutes or till midday. We still got probably 10 or 11 to come back.
Yeah.
But also they could do circuits.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a quick climb in ages.
You've got to get it pretty early.
Yeah, but
How we doing, ladies, gents, steady bears? Hope we're all good and well. Well, we've had our fighter jet quick climb fix for the Friday. And it's now just a waiting game for their return. How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? Let me catch up with you on the streams there. On the chats, I'll get Ted out as well. Ted's had a good time. Sat in a Toyota GT86. He was loving that.
all those cars on
LEJ approach, Simon Watchon, Rene de Gouy, the Flying Duke, oi oi to you. 555 model making, how you doing? Hank for Huel, Perez, Matman Bush, Liberator 74. Davey, how you doing? Thanks for all the info in the background there.
05? So they came towards you?
They went down that way. So
they came here and took off?
Argan.
Oh, so they're using
We got Michael Woodridge, Laser Tech 02, how you doing? John Cortman, Perez, Matman Bush.
There's loads of people here.
Yeah, we can turn up. It's not usually this busy.
It normally is when it's
Friday, yeah.
when it's not Friday.
So guards march to Julian and Ginger, Spock and crew. Ginger Bailey, thank you very much for the super burger. Guards march to you. We've got Julie Montgomery, high five and a guards march. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Julie Montgomery as well, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Guards march to you. Bev2810, thank you Nikos and Ted, awesome channel, love Lynn and Bev, and also thanks for the email regarding some K-tape, thank you very much. Speaking of that, I do have an appointment today. Hopefully I won't disrupt me leaving a bit too early today, but do need to pack around 12, so hopefully they will come back by 12, so I need to. Yeah, it could be potential surgery on the arm there, but we'll see. Poacher 33, where did that go? Thank you very much for your 33-month membership. Alan Q, Guards March, thank you very much for the super. RF Van Eyck, member for 30 months, thank you very much as well. Yeah, so may have an opera scan or some sort of scan on my wrist, just to have a look at that lump that I've got on there at the minute, but yeah, may need surgery, may not. I'm going to find out today, so it's just one of those things.
It's because I've had a coffee. I had a coffee.
Oh, also, thanks to Jace for allowing us to sit in the GT86. Guards march to you, and Ted, no, we can't take it, mate. We're like main suspects right now. And there's photo evidence of you sat in there.
It's all right,
so
Ted, you can have it.
he was having a chat with Pikachu to see if they could sort something out. Oh, thank you. That's cool. But yeah, I wish you all a great weekend. We're gonna wait for them. We've still got a good hour and 13 minutes till midday. Just need to pack up around just after midday if they're not back by then. But again, another a top question we get asked: how long do they stay out for? We can't answer that. Only the fact that they can take as long or as little as they want. If they can go to another station, it may be a stop off overnight, who knows, but we don't disclose those details, but I'm just giving you some exambles. They could be air-to-air refueling, which will give them another good 90 minutes additional, maybe more. Sometimes they can be out for 4 or 5 hours maybe. Sometimes they might go to Lossiemouth. We've had that before, and they stayed there for hours and came back later in the evening. You just don't know, but sometimes they can be back in an hour, and we've had half an hour before as well, so you really can't tell. It depends what's on their plan for their training sorties today.
You'll hear them way before.
But you know, if you always give yourself about 90 minutes, just as a rough idea. I mean, I know people just like a bit of comfort, just to know a bit of a time. So I'd say roughly 90 minutes, just as a something to go with, but expect it to be longer, expect it to be less. So it doesn't quite answer your question, but that's the way it is, because that is the honest answer. It is, we just don't know.
I figured out a pattern. It's literally like F-35s, and then maybe if you're lucky at midday, you'll see F-15s.
Yeah. Yeah, I've usually found it the weekdays, don't I?
It's not like a heavy aircraft. Does sound like a fighter jet. Then we find out on F-15.
Oh yeah. Stop it.
Yet to see what
it ain't no bother at all.
Ben was asking for them tonight. Fine,
What's that, Ben? Ben, we need to get some sun cream on your arms, please. Come on. Run here. Ben, left, right.
It seems like everyone's just gonna get it from the day. But there's still my engines running. Right, this is just like this. There's another fuel.
Yeah.
So they've rather fueled up the F-15, maybe ready to go out.
Yeah.
All the pilots have got to do now is just do their checks and start up the engines.
Yeah, there was
And
lineage.
put the caliber on, and then they're good to go.
I
They
went
don't
there,
need to take the
and
pins
like I
out,
said,
that's up to the
they said
ground
no.
crew to do that. They eat the putts.
They just,
You can do it if you want to, but not the ground crew, that's what you get checked out for. Might need more salmon. I love salmon. I had some once, I thought, oh, that's not the salmon's lovely too. I don't know if I would eat sardines.
No, they're not bad. They're not too good. Yeah, obviously, but they're not too bad.
I've had them, they're alright, but having them every day just seems really boring. Even sardines.
Mackerel as well.
Mackerels love, I love tuna.
Yeah, I used to that in a
That's why sometimes you
Tuna
just
in
get
brine.
just get a fork bun.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll make jack potato with cheese, beans, tuna.
Yeah.
It's best. That's literally what I have.
Quick and easy.
It's like you have to put the cheese on first, then the beans because they're melting, and the tuna right on top all around.
Layer it up right.
Or maybe crispy onions as well.
Yeah,
Imagine what they do. Oh, they come to Lakenheath.
Yeah.
They were in Fairford for over a month.
Were they?
Yeah.
Never,
They went not too long ago, about a couple of days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they left. All of them. But they were supposed to depart around 5 o'clock, but there was a B1 doing 8 circuits.
Oh, really?
I thought, Jesus Christ, I know you're a big aircraft and you can hold fuel, but 8 circuits is taking the mick.
Extreme, isn't it?
I guess what they could do whatever they want as long as they got clearance to do. But Trump's made it worse for us. He said I ran on a strike Fairford. There's no go striking military bases. You already striked us in Cyprus.
Yeah.
That's that gone.
Yeah, I was born on that army base. It's like active here.
Escape, man, now you shouldn't be threatening to bomb. Oh. As long as I don't bomb here. I do care, but
yeah, rather than not.
I would want to go to Riyadh Air Show. I will just admit that. I would not want them to take that away. And again, this war's going to last for over years and years and years. And we've been threatened by Russia, so what's getting worse? If we help Ukraine out. Just don't give them the drones, just give them the guns. They don't care about the guns, they just care about the drones. Jurassic Park. Who's watching Jurassic Park? I watched the World before.
Yeah. It's good up until the T-Rex goes to the city. They didn't.
He didn't need to press the green button.
No.
He could press the red button.
But no.
Yeah, and then to be fair, they did. T-Rex did. We died.
Yeah.
Stunned it, didn't they?
It's done then and T-Rex done whatever. And they all this for the bloody T-Rex baby.
All good and well.
They can do
Welcome
the
to the
hang
show.
whenever they want.
We've had 10
I don't know if they missed
F-35A quick climbs, and I'd say that will probably
Boy
be it
wants
for
a
today.
baby, calm down. And a baby
Just as a guess.
died, yeah. The mum was like,
So just waiting for them to come back. There's Lakenheath Tower, managing both the Mildenhall and
the worst bit is
Lakenheath airspace.
Split him apart.
Eddie, his victim's neighbours. They pull him out the car and it's,
Aaron Grant laughed us dead, you know?
he's gutted. He's my childhood hero.
So the boys and girls at RAPCON
So many good actors.
stands for Radar Approach Control. They're part of the 48th Operations Support Squadron. The Radar Approach Control, abbreviated into RAPCON. They are the facility here at RAF Lakenheath, ensuring the security and readiness of the military and civilian flights around the airspace and around the clock. And they manage, the airspace is 60 nautical miles in radius, and literally from windows shut to 20,000 feet in altitude. Now, each aerodrome has its own air traffic zone, and military, known as MATS, the military air traffic zone, has a radius of about 5 miles. Now, the thing is, with Mildenhall being 5 miles in the direction of the backwards crow flying that way, the MATs both entwine, so they both overlap each other, so they call it a CMATS, which stands for so it's called a combined military air traffic zone. And we've got arrivals already in just a few minutes.
Oh, go on. When you get the scanner out, there's
So, RAPCON, they employ the radar technology and manage its own designated airspace, including the CMATs from Mildenhall, and coordinate with multiple host nations, command and control agencies across the East Anglia
I thought that
region.
was an F-15 for a second.
So the arrangement of the daily flight operations include the 48 fighter wing here. They include the 100th Air Refuelling Wing at Mildenhall, and also the 352nd Special Operations Wing. Now, Mildenhall is a 24-hour station, okay, so RAPCON will manage and be manned 24/7. They have an assist controller and an approach controller. The approach controller, what they do is talk to the aircraft, and the assist controller is writing down the altitude and course flight. Shifts last about 8 to maybe 12 hours, and it can be fun when it gets quite busy and congested in the airspace, and there is a collaboration between RAPCON and the pilots, of course. That is completely crucial, and particularly during adverse weather conditions as well, and it prevents any conflicts in the airspace. They also have a system where they will get aircraft to avoid any potential collisions, so unknown to them they will be directed and coordinated, and not even known that they could have been heading for another aircraft. Because of course you've got to remember, up in those skies there's those going to the Bahamas and Antigua and Caribbean. And the execution of fighter manoeuvres, general handling, other aerial activities vital for their training missions. You've also got NATO pilot integration and real-world mission operations as well. In addition to the military responsibilities, Lakenheath RAPCON also assists with the civilian air traffic, in particular for nearby airports as well. So not long now. So big shout out to the 48th Communications and the 48th OSS, and of course Team RAPCON.
I think some of them are called for the option as well.
So the
Hello, mate. You're right. Oh, I didn't know you was off today. No, I came down with my mate from Cornwall. So At the other end, yeah. I think I know that little spot, little field. Over the backside, yeah. Yeah. I was there the other day. Yeah.
Oi, oi!
It's my owner. If I can. Here's the man. Yeah, it was a bit of a late departure today. It didn't take off till sort of 10ish, half 10, whatever it was. Yeah, it was quite late. No, yeah. Yeah, for now.
Right, hopefully we get some low approaches and PFOs and other circuits and work in the pattern.
Fair enough.
The patterns and points are open, so
better up there.
Hopefully we get a few of those.
Is it? Oh, really? Any weekly pay? Yeah, yeah, I've been up there a fair bit. Yeah, little Kira. For her it was. Nah,
so if you haven't done so already, ladies, gents and teddy bears, don't forget to be cleared to quick climb on the like button. Do give us a thumbs up, do support the channel, it does help with our algorithmics, it really does if all our viewers are hitting the like button, and of course do join us, do subscribe to your one and only Ted Coningsby channel as well. And if you don't want to miss out on the latest and greatest live streams and videos, don't forget to hit that notification bell button as well.
I might take it off when GTA 6 comes out. Yeah. It's gonna shut down the world when that comes out. Yeah, nah, we're just waiting for the F-35 to come back in there.
2 miles out.
So far, yeah, I've had about 10 departures, yeah, so we expect it to start at 7, 8 o'clock, but they're delayed. So, yeah, we take off until, 10 really. So I don't know if that's going to be it for the day, or whether they're...
First and the third are going to be low approach. Second and the fourth are low.
Yeah, hopefully they will.
First and...
First one will be low approach.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the first one.
So usually sort of done by midday now on Friday. We usually have the morning.
The first ones are doing no
Yeah. Yeah, it's packed down here today. Yeah. We'll see. So, yeah, so we're good really apart from that. Just chilling. Who hasn't? You know how they stopped us talking in like the main work chat? So we've basically made another one, which is just full of everyone apart from management, and it's just playing off and playing on it. Yeah. Nah, Nathan's not in it. Christ. No one. Oh, he's getting under a lot of people's skin. Yeah. But he's not got very many friends at the minute. It's just been a bit of a jobby. Yeah. Long performances. Giving out long performances like candy. No, it's all good. Yeah.
So the F-35 just slightly in sight now.
Oh, the F-35's inside.
Right, man, I've got to skedaddle to the F-35 coming now, and we're not going to hear that a lot. Alright, man, isn't it?
I'm too short.
Okay, there's 3 of them. So we've got 3 F-35s on our screens, all using the ILS.
You know what? I'm just good.
Some will land and some will do a low approach.
Oh, I hear it.
So that's 2 back.
There's 2 going to come over, unless they're going to want to do their low approaches. That's fine. We saw something. We saw 3, 4. 4.
That'll be exciting.
Imagine the F-15. I want to see the F-111, mate. That's all I'm here for. I'm coming here until I see it. Then I could call myself a happy person. God, that wasn't very a low approach, I don't think. I think that was more of a high approach. You never get a chance to do skimming. The first one sounded like the Vulcan.
It sounded, didn't it?
The howl. Why did I say these are nowhere near Vulcan? The howl. You're never going to see a Vulcan take off again in your life. They're doing fast taxis. They only do it there for taxi runs. They're not used to flying. They could probably still fly, but you need to get new controls and that. It's just a pain. Bring back one, isn't it? With Harry. We gave all the way to the events, and they're using it for taxi. And they're still flyable, the Harriers. What time they have protest? Bring the Harriers back to the UK so we can fly.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me because you can't see the bombers moving on.
It's even harder when it's a hot day, but the heat wave.
Lunchtime, half an hour ago.
They sound like the Vulcan. They're not the Vulcan, but how is similar. Maybe we're going to get F-15. They didn't start until 10. After. We've still got 6 more to come out. Apparently there's been 10 now and that's 1. We should
What? Yeah, that's what I mean. I try to get it as quick as I can. It's just disappointing. It's the fence with the fence, isn't it? Like, the fence focuses on the fence rather than me. Yeah.
On my
yeah.
I didn't have quite as well. Doesn't show military.
I think it was like the perfect example of that.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't know until. Yeah, exactly. I think I've been too.
Where is it?
Do you think?
You never did.
I'm good at Oh, it's. We've got no, I keep it because every other nips is I just they're gonna come back in. 2 didn't come back. 2 came and do the low pushes and went over that. Where they're gonna go, I do not know.
Thanks.
Good, just because half-time day has been quite late.
But I do.
Well, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. If you just joined us, we had our 10 departures. We've had 2 arrive.
Another one.
And just looking out for the next F-35s to return.
My door, maybe?
Because they all took off like 5-10 seconds apart, didn't they? That's what's between them.
It's an F-35 engine.
Yeah.
That's the one that covers the fan.
James, how's it going, man?
Yeah,
You alright, yeah?
Good.
What's going on?
Yeah, not
How's Cornwall? Alright?
2 weeks.
Yeah?
Let's sort that other thing out.
Yeah, man, yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's no rush.
Yeah, I reckon a couple of weeks I'll be good. So, you'll head down.
Dorset in October.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's quite a way, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to do all that.
Yeah.
We're going to go to that range, Tynham.
They didn't go for a low bridge, they went for a higher bridge.
It's now turned into a range. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, we'll do that. Corfu Castle, still. We'll put library in why not? Yeah, he's going to go do it.
No, the castle. He's down on your seat. On my seat, on the back seat behind me.
Let's go and have a look at these things. I mean, I haven't been to Corfu Castle since in my 20s. Is it Wareham? I think Wareham's nearby.
I think it is, yeah. I know it. I've been around here.
Yeah, I mean, I used to live in Portland, so I'll go back and have a look at it.
Yeah.
Have a look, see how badly it's changed. If it has, Weymouth's got to do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Got me there. Oh, it's not Abbotsbury. Yeah, that's it, Abbotsbury. That's the one. Yeah. Abbotsbury. Go and have a look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can have a look at that.
Yeah, various frequencies and banks, and just got it set.
There's a couple of prehistoric monuments I want to go and have a look at. I haven't seen since I was 18.
Bank 2 is
Done that one, but you know, it's like a burial point that's out there, which is quite common in Cornwall. It's actually a Cornish style point, and there's one out in Dorset. It's near Hardy Monument. It's near there. Yeah, it's near there. Yeah, but it's a classic. It looks very. It's a typical Cornish point, but out in Dorset. So very same style. So you got the stones around it, and then a big slab on top. And then they would have buried it with mound, and then put the Point Charlie. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, catch you soon, Ginge. Take care, man. Right, here we go. So Point Charlie, which is just to my right, just over the trees. There's Point Bravo and Point Delta. Point Bravo is all the way over there, and Delta is over to the left, around that direction. These are entry points, so if you ever hear the points are closed, then you know they will either coming on a straight in or ILS. Oh, and high key. So it sounds like we're going to have a PFO as well with that.
And they'll take you off this way. So it's straight over for them. 200 foot.
Yeah.
Low
approach.
Low approach. Climbing to high key.
Nice video bomb of the KC-135 just going across the screen. So what we're going to see here is a F-35 simulating a flameout. What is a flameout? It's not a stall. I guess quite a big misconception that it's a stall. It's not a flameout. Now, it is quite technical, a flameout, but to keep it simple, the engines are turning, but they're not burning. A bit like your gas boiler. There we go.
Here we are.
So what's going on is that the engine's still turning, just not burning any fuel. Okay, so that's called a flame out. It could be caused by a number of things, and the way to try to come out of that and try to remedy it is, well, to simulate it. What we're going to see here is the F-35 go into what's called a high key. So you need to do a low approach then from here, and then they'll climb 10,000 feet. So high key is 7 to 10,000 feet. And then what they'll do, we'll see them about here, and then they'll drop out of the sky. Now, to remedy a flame out on an F-35 is to literally take it to high key, or if you're fortunate enough and unfortunate enough, if you know what I mean, is to, from high key, you drop it, and the idea is to scoop as much air to try to start and restart that engine. Okay, it's no good just injecting fuel. You're just going to flood it with fuel. That's not going to help it start. It's a little bit different on a jet engine, and the idea is to try to scoop as much air in there to try to get the combustion going on again. Okay, because that's basically what it's doing. There's no combustion, there's no combusting the fuel. That's the bit that's missing. So it can be called an SFO, a simulated flame out. Now, to simulate it, they'll go into high key, and what the pilot will do, will put it into idle, and then literally the F-35 is now a glider, and then when the F-35 gets to about here, it is literally mission complete, and then the pilot will whack back on the power. That's why you hear the big roar about here. Okay, so this is a simulation of a PFO, a precautionary flame out. There is a specific circuit, and for safety there can only be 4 in circuit doing these. So now you know. So it's a bit like bump starting your car, but disclaimer, please don't take your car 10,000 feet and drop it. Because there probably will be one. Right, here we go. So the problem with a flame out is, especially if you've only got the one engine, well, gravity is always going to beat you. So this is very important to train and gain. If it is these two, you'll see it pull up and go all the way to 10,000 feet. Look at these two. Yes! What I didn't say is that to perform the PFO you need to simulate a Vulcan as well at the same time. That was somehow.
Oh my god, there's another one!
It's there's aircraft absolutely everywhere. I don't exactly know where to look or what to do, so just enjoy it. and looks like it's a train and gain session. Here we go. Well, I've made that up, by the way. That's not. Okay, they are. Just been silenced with that. That was over the end.
I've done that normal. That's probably a F-35 taxi.
Right.
so our last two of the day.
And then he's telling me that.
Oh no, probably put one landing option.
It's cancelled.
seems fitting, the car alarm's always going off. We might as well make it an attribute of the F-35.
There is black.
Okay, coming into land now, our last F-35. You can see the cannon, the internal, the only one of the three main variants with the internal cannon. Look at that on the port side, that long contour there, which we seen 4 of them fire at Hull Beach on Wednesday. If you've not heard it, tune in after the show to watch that back. We even saw them drop bombs as well. Oh man. Spend a Friday here at the 48 Fighter Wing on Geek. And that is a wrap. That howl was a little bit special, wasn't it?
What's that?
That howl. I thought I was watching Jurassic Park or something.
And you can just give me a tank.
That was a good show.
Valkyries my favourite.
Hats off to the Reapers.
Let's go.
Yeah, something.
Well, there we go. All back, all safe, all well, all good, and a good show.
Everyone out.
Well, there we go, ladies and teddy bears. Hope you all enjoyed our Friday show. A great way to end the week here at Lakenheath. Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby checking out. And a big thank you to the 48 Fighter Wing and, of course, the 493rd Fighter Squadron, the Grim Reapers. We certainly enjoyed that. See? Right then. Right, ladies and teddy bears, that is a wrap, a kebab wrap, salmon wrap, whatever wrap that it is that you enjoy, that is it. Filled up with all your favourite sauce, the howl of the F-35, the sound of the Pratt & Whitney engines, and the might and amazing skills of the fighter pilots here. Thank you very much for tuning in. A big salute to the 48 Fighter Wing, and I hope you've all enjoyed it, ladies and teddy bears. A big week again with F-35Bs doing all the Stovall work that we've seen on Tuesday, the bombs and guns that we've seen on Wednesday, and the quick climbs and circuits that we've seen today here at Lakenheath. So, ladies and teddy bears, it gives me great pleasure to say thank you very much for an awesome week. My name's Nick Ossabin, your cameraman, historian and commentator. This is Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby. You've been watching the Ted Coningsby channel live here at RAF Lakenheath. So for the last time for the week, it is see you soon. Wish you well. Beret down. Oh dear. Right, see ya. Hit the button, Ted. Let's go, mate.
So they timed it for you, Nikos.
That was good, yeah, because I've got to head off as soon as well. Hopefully, the scan.
Right.
Right, hit the button, Teddy.
Ted Coningsby is a teddy bear. Nikos is a cameraman.
Oh yeah! Ladies, sheds and teddy bears, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel membership. I'm Nikos, I'm your cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Just want to say a massive thank you to all our members. Guns up and oh yeah! Take it away, Ted. Ladies, sheds and teddy bears, we want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers for getting us to where we are today. We have gone all over the country, from as far as Lossiemouth to Bryce Norton, and military areas such as air weapons ranges, low flying areas, heritage centres and special flights for TED 2. We cannot do this without your support, and your support will be rewarded. You can now join the Ted Coningsby Squadron and help fund the channel to get us around the country and provide us with the funds for equipment to bring you better content too. We have 3 levels of membership to suit everyone. With your membership, you'll get access to members only videos, photos, posts, unlock special Ted Coningsby YouTube emojis and loyalty badges, as well as being able to access our exclusive members only Discord server. All membership levels reward you with discounts to our online store. Our top level Fighter Squadron was inspired by many of our fans who supported the channel massively. This is more of a personal experience with me and Ted, giving you exclusive live streams and content from behind the scenes photos, special info and updates, as well as a free Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron patch for joining. Whichever membership level suits you, we want to say a massive thank you for choosing to join the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Ah, yeah.